Have you ever had a little remark from a stranger ruin your whole day? Why do we let others control our emotions? The real winner is not the one who shouts the loudest. It's the one who knows how to remain calm in the midst of a storm. We usually don't suffer for what happened. We punish ourselves for how we react to it. Learning how not to react is a superpower. Today, I want to show you how to release emotional stones from your heart with a few simple exercises. So stay tuned until the end of the video and subscribe to our channel. In a small, quiet village, among the hills shrouded in fog, lived a young boy named Michael. He was so strong that he could lift heavy tree trunks and walk for long periods without resting. But he was never at peace, and his heart would break over anything. If anyone shouted at him, he would shout back. If anyone insulted him, he would not tolerate it, and he kept it in his heart and mind for a long time, and he tormented himself. The people of the village had given him the nickname Angry Michael. In fact, he was tired of the way people treated him and imagined their behavior as a piece of stone. He couldn't see these stones, but he felt them inside his chest. Michael imagined people's bad behavior as a piece of stone, and for each bad behavior, he would pick up a stone from the ground and put it in his backpack. His backpack became heavier over time, bending his back, and he was always looking tired and sad from the weight of the backpack. Because he walked hunched over, he could no longer see the beauty of the sky, the village river, and the village children playing. One day, he decided to leave the village for a while. He wanted to go so that his heart and brain could rest. He put his backpack on his back and climbed a mountain path. On his way, there was silence. Not even the birds were singing. There was a gentle wind blowing, but even though it was blowing, Michael felt sweaty and out of breath because his bag was so heavy. After a while, he saw an old man with a small bag coming down the mountain. He walked so easily, as if he had no burden. When they met, the old man greeted him with respect for Michael and said, "How tired do you look? Why is your backpack so big and heavy?" Michael said, "Yes, there are stones in my bag. That's why I'm tired." The old man was surprised and looked at his bag and said, "A stone? What stone?" Michael opened his bag so the old man could see. The stones were different. Their shapes and colors were different. The old man said, "What are these stones?" Michael said that in exchange for people's insults and lies, I will take a stone and put it in my backpack. They are now mine. I feel them completely and deeply, and I keep them in my backpack. The old man asked, "Why do you need to keep them?" Then they walked together for a while. Then the old man took 2 stones of the same size and showed them to Michael and said that one of these is a word or insult that someone says to you. That person has spoken and thrown his stone, so he is not carrying anything with him, and the other stone is your response to his insult, which you have picked up and carried with you, making your burden heavier. He continued, "Your reaction to their actions is inside your backpack, and you have made your burden heavier of your own free will." The old man's words struck Michael, and he came to his senses. These stones did not belong to him. So he dropped the stone in his hand and threw it away. Then he asked the old man how to get rid of these stones. The old man replied, "Throw the stones out of your bag right now." He opened his ukulele and released the stones. Some of the stones went all the way to the bottom of the mountain, and some fell right under his feet. The old man said they were part of the earth. Don't take them anymore. Let the worries go away from your heart and let your heart be at peace. With each stone that fell out of his backpack, he felt lighter and his heart became calmer. When he took the backpack off his back straightened and he was able to raise his head and see the beauty of the sky. He thought about the past. He remembered how happy they had been years ago. But when his father left him, he picked up the first big stone. When his love betrayed him, he picked up another stone. In the village carpentry workshop, when his friends stole his credit, his stones grew bigger, each one heavier than the last. Now, with the old man's help, he could let them all go. Days and months passed. Every time someone tried to hurt him, he would drop his stone. When someone insulted him in the market, he would say to himself, "Do I really have to carry his stone?" And he would answer himself, "No." His steps had become lighter and stronger, and he could see the village river, the children playing, and the beautiful sky again after a long time. Because he didn't have to walk bent over carrying those heavy stones. After a while, people no longer saw him angry. He worked calmly and smiled at people. One day, someone asked him how he had changed. He replied with a smile, "I learned to keep the stones that others throw for themselves and not to carry them anymore." Now I want to teach you a few little exercises. In a moment of anger, when something is bothering you, pause for a few seconds and ask yourself, is it worth picking up this stone? Most of the time, the answer is no. Take a deep breath and let the stone fall and not be yours. Every morning, remind yourself, today I will carry only my own burdens, not the stones of others. This small choice will change your entire day. Also in relationships with others, when you argue with someone, think instead of reacting immediately. Your calmness is the strongest answer. Every stone you release, your mind and heart are also released and you become lighter. Don't keep the words and statements that hurt you in your heart. Throw them away. We are not responsible for people's words and their throwing of stones, but we can choose peace for ourselves and not collect their stones. If you want to be 1% better, like the video and share it with your friends and watch other educational stories.